History. Each year sees exciting new finds by historians and archaeologists, and 2017 was no exception. From the mystery of a previously unknown void in the Great Temple of Giza to the discovery of a lost kingdom in Scotland that thrived some 1500 years ago, 2017 was packed with fascinating new takes on history. Here are 20 of the most exciting finds, all of which have added to our knowledge about the past. Number 20. Unique dinosaur fossil displayed. First dug from the ground in 2011, it took 6 years of painstaking conservation work to reveal this stunning 110 million year old dinosaur fossil, which was first exhibited at Canada's Royal Tyrrell Museum in 2017. The well-preserved Boreolopelta fossil is of special interest as the Boreolopelta was a land animal, but the fossil remains were found in what used to be a sea. Indeed, at the time of the Boreolopelta's existence, the nearest land was some 125 miles away. Moreover, it's thought a flood may have taken the specimen out to sea. 19. New Dead Sea Scroll cave uncovered. The first fragments of the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered as early as the 1940s in the desert of Judea by Bedouin shepherds. However, new discoveries are still being made. One such was in 2017 after the unearthing of an entire new cave was announced by the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Artifacts in the cave included storage jars from the Second Temple period, 530 BC to 70 AD. This is one of the most exciting archaeological discoveries and the most important in the last 60 years in the caves of Qumran, said archaeologist Dr. Oren Gutfeld. 18. World's largest dinosaur footprint found. If you'd been around 130 million years ago, you'd have seen lots of dinosaurs passing through a sandy delta in what is now Western Australia's Kimberley region. And thanks to the preservative qualities of those damp sands, in 2017, archaeologists from the University of Queensland announced the discovery of footprints from 21 different sorts of dinosaur. But what really stood out was the print of a sauropod, which measured an astonishing 5 foot 9 inches long. It's thought to be the largest dinosaur track ever discovered. 17. New Declaration of Independence copy located. The one handwritten parchment copy of the Declaration of Independence from 1776 resides at the National Archives in Washington. But it turns out there's another copy from the 1780s in the archive of the West Sussex Records Office in Chichester, England. And intriguingly, the 56 signatures on that one are ordered differently. Harvard academics theorize that this different order has a political motivation, a desire to emphasize that those signing the document were present as individuals and not as representatives of states. 16. Records show pirates visited 19th century Japan. For some 220 years, up until 1853, Japan had a policy of isolation. Known as sakuko, it meant that Japanese citizens could not leave the country and foreigners could not enter it. To this end, an enduring story that European pirates had visited Japan in 1830 was widely dismissed as a myth. But in 2017, an English amateur researcher named Nick Russell discovered records that show that a ship called the Cyprus did actually visit the closed country. It seems that convicts, led by one William Swallow, hijacked the vessel from Australian waters and sailed to Japan. 15. Moroccan Homo sapien fossils challenge human story. An article published by Nature in June of 2017 revealed that some fossils from a Moroccan cave were the oldest examples of Homo sapiens ever to have been discovered, and these fossil remains appear to turn conventional wisdom about the spread of man on its head. Until their discovery, researchers believed that humans had fanned out from East Africa about 200,000 years ago, but the Moroccan fossils have been dated to as early as 300,000 years ago, indicating that humans left East Africa much earlier than previously thought. 14. Thomas Jefferson's Monticello Mansion revealed. Historians have long known that Thomas Jefferson, U.S. President from 1801 to 1809, had an affair with one of his own slaves. Furthermore, the slave, Sally Hemings, had 6 children by Jefferson. Moreover, 4 of those children lived to adulthood and were granted their freedom by Jefferson. Then in 2017, archaeologists discovered the room that Hemmings lived in at Jefferson's Monticello Plantation near Charlottesville, Virginia. The discovery of this room cast new light on the living conditions of enslaved Americans. 13. Link between modern Lebanese and ancient Canaanites. The ancient Canaanites lived some 4,000 years ago and are best known because they figure frequently in the Old Testament. In the Bible, they're described as living by the sea and along by the Sea of Jordan, an area that roughly coincides with modern Lebanon. Scientists had long thought that the ancient Canaanites must have been absorbed by integration with other Middle Eastern peoples. But astonishingly, genetic analysis carried out in 2017 shows that modern Lebanese people share 93% of their DNA with the ancient Canaanites. 12. Fruitcake can last for 100 years. Cape Adare was a base camp used by British explorer Captain Robert Scott during his ill-fated Antarctic expedition between 1910 and 1913. In 2017, researchers were examining a hoard of artifacts from the camp, one of which was a tin box. The box was rusted and in poor condition, but inside was a mysterious slab wrapped in paper. Once opened, the researchers found a piece of fruitcake, which they reported as being almost edible. However, it's not recorded whether any of them actually tried it. Number 11. Sunken USS Indianapolis observed. Hit by a Japanese torpedo in July of 1945, the battleship USS Indianapolis dropped to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean in just 12 minutes. Most of the 1,196-strong crew survived the attack, but many went on to perish due to shark attacks, drowning, and exposure. Indeed, only 316 people were ultimately rescued. Then in 2017, a team led by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen discovered the wreck of the ship lying on the ocean bed 18,000 feet down. 10. Ancient Neapolis ruins discovered. In August 2017, the ruins of the ancient Roman city of Neapolis were discovered in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Tunisia. The Roman chronicler Ammian Marcellin recorded that the city was destroyed by a tsunami in the 4th century AD, an account confirmed by this archaeological find. A team of Tunisian and Italian architects and divers had been searching for the remains of the city since 2010. 9. Ruins of Roman luxury resort found. It turns out that 2017 was a good year for finding Roman cities that had disappeared beneath the waves. Baiae, just off the Italian coast of Naples, was a resort once favored by the wealthiest members of Roman society. However, the city was lost as volcanoes pushed the coastline back about 1,700 years ago. According to Naples resident Antonio Bucello, who took photos of the site, it's a pretty amazing place. The beautiful mosaics and the villas and the temples that have re-emerged or are still underwater show the opulence and wealth of this area, he said. Number 8. Proof of female Viking warriors. There have been women combatants through the ages, but the stereotype of Viking warriors would tend to be that they're men. Now, a new discovery from 2017 seems to show that at least some Viking women fought alongside their menfolk. Researchers reanalyzed the DNA from the 10th century grave of one warrior who had always been assumed to be male. The result? The new tests show that he was a she. Number 7. Mysterious void in the Great Pyramid of Giza. Despite Egypt's Great Pyramid of Giza being one of the most studied archaeological sites on the face of the earth, something new about it was discovered in 2017. A cutting-edge exploratory method revealed that there's a previously unidentified empty space above one of the pyramid's most imposing chambers, the Grand Gallery. Research into just what the purpose of this void might be continues. Number 6. Temple of Artemis discovered. Artemis was the ancient Greek goddess of hunting and the moon, and archaeologists have been trying to locate her special temple for the last 100 years. In 2017, a Swiss team finally found the elusive structure on the Greek island of Euboea. The temple dates from the 6th to the 2nd centuries BC, and the finds there include coins featuring the name of Artemis and her brother Apollo. Number 5. Oldest North American settlement located. Archaeologists have discovered a previously unknown settlement on Tricket Island off the coast of British Columbia, Canada. And what has really astonished them is that this village is the oldest ever found in North America. Indeed, it dates back some 14,000 years. The excavation also unearthed a variety of objects, including woodworking tools and fish hooks. Number 4. New Pompeii uncovered beneath Rome. What's been described as a new Pompeii has been discovered below the streets of Rome during an engineering project to extend the city's subway. The building that was found dates from the 3rd century and was apparently destroyed in a fire, leading to the Pompeii comparison. The fire that stopped life in this environment allows us to imagine life in a precise moment, said Rome's excavation chief, Francesco Prosperetti. No human remains were found, although archaeologists did come across the skeleton of a dog. Number 3. Archaeologists find Aztec ball court beneath Mexico City. An unremarkable street off Mexico's main square, the Zocalo, is the unlikely location of a dig that's uncovered an important Aztec temple. And what's proved really exciting for archaeologists is the fact that this temple includes a ball court. Researchers believe that the temple was dedicated to the god of wind and that it was constructed sometime between 1486 and 1502 during the reign of the Aztec emperor Ahuizotl. Number 2. Lost ancient kingdom unearthed in Scotland. In 2017, a kingdom from the Dark Ages was found near the town of Gatehouse of Fleet in Scotland's Dumfries and Galloway region. Carvings of Pictish origin on rocks alerted archaeologists to the fact that they might have found the kingdom of Reged. Previously, it had been believed that the kingdom was located further south than Cumbria, England. The researchers believe that the stone carvings date from around 600 and are evidence to the headquarters of Urien, a king of Reged. Number 1. Rare glass spearhead discovered in Australia. Students uncovered this stunning green glass spearhead during a field trip to Rottnest Island, which was once a prison island. It's not every day that you uncover an artifact of this significance, trip head professor Len Collard said. Aborigines were once imprisoned on the island, and it's likely that they made the spearhead to hunt game or for trading. Please share this video of profound discussion